Good morning, lovelies. I just wanted to discuss something that came up while I was moderating a chat last night for a mutual on YouTube. I used the adjective that is the current vernacular for that, which is cis. Now, I know some people are going to be bothered by that, which is very weird to me. They insist this is a slur because any word can be used as a slur even when it's not. But it's okay to use trans when it's used as a slur quite often by people who are not trans, which is very weird. Anyhow, I used that word and the mutual said, hey, there is a person on the stream in the chat who does not like that word. It bothers her. It just means not trans, right? It's a word that's been in use for several hundred years, right? It is the opposite of trans. There's the transatlantic, the cisatlantic, there's trans chemicals, there's cis chemicals. This is a word that comes from geography, from science, from all sorts of fields. It just means the opposite of trans, right? Trans means opposite the side of, cis means this side of. That's all it means. That some people may use one word or the other as a slur does not make that word a slur. It just means that people can be creative in insulting other people. I am not here to call out people who are bothered by that word, the word cis. I'm sorry, I'm going to use that word because I'm discussing it, okay? I'm sorry, it's not a slur. If you're triggered by that, you have to move away from the channel, away from this video. I'm sorry, because it's not a slur, it's not a derogative, any more than trans is a slur or derogative. And trans, when it comes to trans folk, has been used as a derogative and a slur more often than cis. So again, I'm not calling you out. Move away from the video if it bothers you. We have, as trans people, been insulted and derided through the use of our own adjective than people who are not trans with their adjective. I'm not saying anything that's demeaning. My rant over. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to move away from adjectives. There's no reason that I have to talk about the trans woman or the blonde woman or the tall woman. You know, let's just say woman, the woman, right? It sounds like I'm saying the same word here. The woman, or the woman, right? Singular, plural. Just say woman or woman, right? Why differentiate unless there's a specific need to? Women or women, whether they're trans, whether they're cis, whether they are on the same side of the gender that they were assigned at birth, or they are opposite the gender that they were assigned at birth, right? I agree. Personally, let's get rid of all the adjectives when it comes to normal discussion and just save the adjectives for when we need to differentiate for legitimate reasons. Just because you're discussing people using washrooms, I'm sorry, is not a legitimate reason to differentiate. Discussing what kind of medical procedures they have to, exams they have to get is, because a trans woman is likely to have a prostate, whereas a cis woman is not. So in that case, these adjectives are appropriate. But if we're not in that sort of setting, just use woman or woman as appropriate, depending on the numbers, and just forget the adjectives. I think it's pretty simple. So if any of my mutuals are listening, I'm not doing this as a criticism of you personally, or if anybody in the chat, if you're viewing this video, I'm not criticizing you. In fact, I agree with you to a point. Let's just not use the adjectives unless it is necessary for medical or whatever other reasons. And of course, again, bathroom use is not legitimate. So just use women or woman. Have yourself a lovely day. Bye, sweeties.